From Southern Colorado's high-definition news leader, this is News Channel 13, where the news comes first.
The level of anticipation is high leading up to Governor Hickenlooper's third State of the State address. That's happening later this morning. We'll have a preview straight ahead.
Joe Biden's gun violence task force meets today with the powerful National Rifle Association. We'll have that story coming up.
CDOT is clearing up some things, but the signs are blank. What's coming to an interstate near you?
Thanks for joining us this morning. It is 5 a.m. on this Thursday, January 10th. I'm Brittany Bailey.
And I'm John Carroll. We want to start out first with a check of the weather and Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Marty Benachinque. Marty, one more nice day until the cold comes in?
Relatively speaking, sure. We've had a few showers overnight, and they've been in the form of mainly rain showers or just a little bit of wet snow across the eastern plains. You see Skyscan showing some of that activity kind of bleeding over the state line from Kansas. But that's where most of it is right now. We just have clouds out there to the east as opposed to precipitation at the moment. Along the Front Range, we've been relatively clear. The wind's been light, and so temperatures have gotten chilly. About 25 at the Greater Woodland Park Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center. And this is a pretty warm location at the moment, actually. We're only sitting at 13 at Breaks Plus at South 8th Street and Abbott Lane in Colorado Springs. And we're in the teens as well in Pueblo. The wind is light, so that's helpful, but it's pretty chilly outside this morning here along I-25. Still, we expect to rebound nicely and get back into the 50s for the afternoon hours in both Colorado Springs and Pueblo. Clouds will be on the increase. We do not expect any precipitation. Maybe a little breezy at times over near the mountains. Wind will become our primary concern soon, and then cold air is coming. We'll have details in just a bit. John and Brittany, back to you.
All right, thanks, Marty. Governor John Hickenlooper is set to give his third State of the State address this morning.
There are many questions as to which topics he'll choose to address. New this morning, KRDO News Channel 13's Patty Moon here in our newsroom with more. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning, John and Brittany. With Democrats controlling both the State House and Senate, many are wondering if the governor will take a harder stance on a range of issues. Gun control may be a topic that he focuses on this morning. The question is whether he'll talk about specific proposals or simply acknowledge it by recognizing victims of the Aurora Theater shooting. Hickenlooper has yet to take a firm stance on gun control. He has said that he thinks the time is right for a discussion. His spokesman didn't give out any specific details about the governor's speech. He says Hickenlooper will talk about jobs and our state's economic recovery. He'll also touch on the summer wildfires in Colorado and the Aurora shooting. Health care, energy, gun laws, and the Denver Broncos were also listed off as speaking points. Governor Hickenlooper will address state leaders at 11 this morning. We'll, of course, have complete coverage for you today at KRDO News Channel 13 at noon and tonight starting at 4 o'clock. Reporting live, Patty Moon, KRDO News Channel 13.
Thanks, Patty. The 69th General Assembly is in full swing. New members of the House were sworn in on Wednesday. Representative Mark Ferrandino took over as Speaker of the House. He is the state's first openly gay speaker. Both sides of the aisle presented their expectations for the 2013 session.
My number one goal is to see that we have an effective, workable budget for the people of Colorado.
I would like to see the economy significantly improved. I would like to see educational opportunity significantly improved. I would like kids to be able to afford college more readily, and I would like to see jobs far more available. And I think we're going to go a long way towards accomplishing those goals.
Senator John Morse was elected President of the Senate.
As the General Assembly convened for the first session of the year, protesters made their voices heard outside about fracking. Colorado Springs Citizens for Community Rights joined environmentalists to send a message to lawmakers. That message, the people of Colorado don't want to lose their water, air, communities, and health to fracking.
Fracking has been proven with scientific methods to pollute water. In El Paso County, our water is not based on groundwater, but this is the water that is being used by people downstream from us. And so we have a certain moral responsibility for the quality of their water.
They're calling for a statewide ban on fracking. Vice President Joe Biden kicked off his gun violence task force Wednesday by meeting with gun safety groups and gun violence survivors.
Today, he sits down with representatives from the National Rifle Association. Ed Payne has the latest this morning.
The National Rifle Association has made its position clear: no new gun laws. The organization has actively lobbied to prevent any new legislation limiting guns, saying we should enforce the gun laws already on the books. But Vice President Joe Biden made it clear that the White House intends to take action to reduce gun violence.
if the president is going to act, or executive orders, executive action that can be taken. We haven't decided what that is yet, but we're compiling it all with the help of the Attorney General and all the rest of the cabinet members, as well as legislative action we believe is required.
With the gun debate heating up, gun and ammunition sales are heating up as well. Many gun enthusiasts are stocking up on weapons and ammo, fearing they could be outlawed. Jay Wallace, an ammunition distributor in Atlanta, has seen a big boost in sales.
This is probably, in my lifetime, in my business lifetime, there's been more demand for ammunition than there's ever been. We're having law enforcement agencies that are coming in buying ammunition off the shelf.
Walmart, the nation's largest retailer, now says its executive will also meet with Biden's gun violence task force. They initially had declined. I'm Ed Payne reporting.
President Obama established the task force on gun violence following the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School. The group is expected to make its recommendations to the president at the end of January.
Time now 5:06. El Paso County Sheriff's deputies say a Black Forest man accidentally shot his son. He was trying to shoot someone else. This man, Glenn DiCarlo, is facing attempted first-degree murder charges. Deputies say he got into a fight with another man and tried to shoot him early Wednesday morning. He accidentally shot his 22-year-old son. His son is expected to survive.
A Colorado man accused of shooting his ex-girlfriend has been arrested in New Mexico. 27-year-old Christopher Fields was picked up by New Mexico State Police near Raton about 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. The shooting happened Wednesday morning at I-25 and County Line Road in Arapahoe County. Investigators say the victim was sitting in her car when Fields walked up and shot her through the windshield. Her condition has not been released.
New big blue signs are going up on chunks of southern Colorado roads. You may have been wondering why now. We did too. The new big blue signs are planted like money trees for CDOT. Companies would pay to promote their businesses like food, lodging, gas, camping, or attractions at the next exit. Last year, state lawmakers reversed a 25-year-old decision to not allow info signs in large metro areas like Denver or Colorado Springs. Colorado was one of the last states to do it.
This is actually an old logo for Super 8 Motel. I'm 6 foot tall. You can see this is probably 4 foot by about 3 foot.
CDOT's Jerry Miller thinks this program could net $200,000 per year for CDOT. Businesses would pay between $500 and $1,500 per year to put their logos on those big blue signs.
An Iowa teacher is creating the classroom of the future today.
Find out what she's doing to keep an absent student in the loop. That story coming up in about 30 minutes.
A deadly flu strain is spreading like wildfires, hitting people in more than 40 states. I'm Tamon Bradley with the details coming up.